Our quest for Canadian moose takes us into the heart of British Columbia. This wilderness is accessible only by air. We'll be hunting 60 miles northeast of Anaheim Lake and just 30 miles east of the coastal mountains. These rugged peaks swoop to lower elevations and feed the numerous lakes and streams with water from melting glaciers. The habitat in this area is perfect for moose. There's plenty of feed along the lakes, streams, and marshes. The pines, spruce, and poplar trees provide excellent thermal cover for protection from extreme heat and cold. This is where moose will bed during the middle of the day. Non-residents are required to have a guide. We have chosen Fawny Mountain Outfitters, a family-owned company. They operate out of the beautiful Moose Lake Lodge. Their services include a licensed and bonded commercial flying business. They're licensed to guide 1,500 square miles of roadless wilderness. They provide outstanding accommodations, transportation, guide service, and trophy care. Their rustic lodge and log cabins have just enough modern conveniences for us to be comfortable while enjoying this wilderness experience. Fawny Mountain Outfitters are well known for their high success rate and will offer us a quality hunt in the true spirit of fair chase. John Blackwell, our guide, is a member of the British Columbia Guides and Outfitters Association and has been guiding for over 25 years. John has successfully guided hunts for the world record Pope and Young grizzly and the largest Pope and Young black bear taken in British Columbia. His area has moose, mountain caribou, wolf, grizzly, mule deer, and black bear. Neil Summers lives in Eugene, Oregon with his wife Gail and their two sons Drew and Michael. Neil is the managing partner of Bow Hunting Safari Consultants. He's been bow hunting for 15 years. He's bagged the majority of North American big game species and several African species. Larry D. Jones is from Springfield, Oregon. He and his wife Miriam have 3 grown children and 3 grandkids. Larry is an outdoor writer, photographer, video producer, and the president of Wilderness Sound Productions. He's been bow hunting for 26 years and loves to call animals. His goal on this hunt is to call in and bag a bull moose. Mary Lou is John's wife. Their 2 grown sons, Justin and Sydney, are part of this family-owned business. Mary Lou is the official host and manager of Moose Lake Lodge. She is an excellent cook and works hard at making sure their guests have an enjoyable time. She enjoys fishing and is a fly fishing instructor. This wilderness is Mary Lou's home, and she loves it.
All right, I'd like you to meet my wife, Mary Lou.
Hi, Mary Lou. Nice to meet you.
Neil Summers.
Nice to meet you too.
Are you guys ready for some lunch?
Yeah, I like sandwich.
Sounds good.
How about we can get out and try some fishing before we start making the trip?
Sounds good. So John, can you show me how to do some moose calling or what it sounds like?
Yeah, okay. This is a bull call. Yeah.
How about a cow? What does a cow sound like?
This is a cow.
A key to good moose habitat is water. Moose like lush water plants and will feed in and along the edges of lakes and ponds during the night. If you're on the water at first light, there's a good chance you'll see moose feeding. Moose don't appear to be frightened by approaching watercraft, but shooting one from a motorized boat is not considered fair chase and is illegal in most provinces and states.
That's a small bull. Looks like he's about a year and a half old.
Huh.
He's eating the water lilies. The grass on the bank is getting frosted now, so they feed in the water. Just the right size for table moose, but not a very good croaker.
Yeah. He'd be by himself, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Using binoculars is an excellent way to find moose. Watch the edges of lakes, streams, marshes, and in and around meadows early morning and evening. When hunting open hillsides and valleys like you'll find in Alaska, find a high ridge where you'll have a good view and use binoculars and spotting scopes to find moose. Sit for an hour or longer glassing spruce, willow, and alder thickets to locate a bull. Sometimes you can see the sun's reflection off their massive antlers from several miles. This will look like the flashing of a mirror. Once you find your bull, stalk him with the wind in your face.
Sounds like he's coming. We should split up. Neil, if you could get out on this point here, and Larry and I can slip back in behind your that'd be fine.
There may be several reasons why you can't call a bull into close range. When he hesitates and won't come closer, it's probably because you didn't set up in the right spot. Moose know the exact spot the sound is coming from. If it's too open and he doesn't see another moose, he'll become suspicious and will stop or skirt the area. Raking is a good sound to use when calling moose. To simulate the sound of a bull rubbing his antlers against brush, use a stick, a birch bark call, or a shoulder blade. Scrape it up and down against the rough bark of a tree or the branches of brush. Other sounds used to call bulls are splashing in water with a stick and pouring water into a lake. When splashing, produce a sound like a moose walking in the water. When pouring, try to sound like a cow moose urinating. Mix these sounds with your cow and bull calls to convince a mature bull to come to you.
that?
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's neat to be over here one finally.
Yeah, I wasn't very far from him, just across the water, maybe 75 yards, maybe?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, why do you need to go across with him?
Well, they don't like to cross the opening. They like to stay on the fringe of the timber if they can. They don't mind the water, but the openings bother them.
Uh-huh.
Maybe also he didn't see another bull and was
Yeah.
a little suspicious of it.
Yeah, probably.
He's a little young.
Really young, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get a bigger one than that.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Do you know of any commercial calls that they have on the market, or have you used any?
I don't know of any. No, there's some that hunters and guides use, you know, homemade things, but
Uh-huh.
nothing commercially.
You got any of those kind?
Yeah, we have some that we've put together and used. The birch is kind of an old standby,
Uh-huh.
and it's used by a lot of people.
I found it interesting that when that moose came in, even though it got closer, it was softer.
Closer he got, he kind of monitored his volume.
Yeah, that's softer.
Yeah.
Do you do that when you call when they get closer?
Yeah, the moose seem to be able to keep it down, and they seem to want to as they come closer. I don't know why, but it's good to.
This is the call? It looks like a tin can and shoestring. How does this work?
Just the string has to be wet, and you apply a bit of pressure and pull, and
Let a professional do it.
it comes close.
Oh, yeah. It's a little high pitched though.
Kind of muffle it.
Oh, yeah, there.
You can put your handkerchief inside to muffle it more, and you know, with this little experimenting, you learn what distance to pull on the string and how much pressure.
Huh.
And you pull a long pull for a cow.
Uh-huh. That's pretty interesting.
I noticed the ones you've been using are wrapped with duct tape. Seems to muffle the sound and make it a little better too.
Yeah.
Is that-
Probably doesn't clang either, like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it so tinny sound.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of a tough one to buy, wouldn't it?
Easy to make.
What's this?
Well, this is one that one of my guides put together, and it does a good job. It's not be a little more difficult to make, and
How does it work? I mean,
you just
I make a few
you got-
calls myself. It doesn't look like it worked.
well, you got five different holes there, and you leave one open, and you put your finger over 4 of them, and just
Huh.
give it a blast.
You blow hard on it, or soft, or what?
Well, medium. You know, depending
Looks like
on.
you get a high pitch sound instead of a low pitch sound. From what little
Yeah.
about calls.
Well, you can, depending on which hole, you just got to.
You blowing this piece here?
Yeah.
Huh. Can I try it?
Sure.
Yeah, it works really good. Is this what you designed yourself? You should let Don try it.
You can hunt moose with a bow or rifle. Our guide, John Blackwell, is carrying a rifle because there are grizzly as well as wolves in the area. Once you bag your moose, if you can't get all the meat out in one trip, use utmost caution when returning. If a grizzly has taken over your animal, he is likely to charge to protect his find.
There's grass right there.
Right.
Right in that little pine.
Oh, yeah, right. Do you want to let him know?
Let me try that new blunt.
Okay, go for it. Pick a spot.
Carrying a couple of arrows that have blunts on them are handy for practice. They also work great on small game. If you happen to miss, a blunt will usually bounce off and you can recover it for another shot.
Good shot. Man, he went right down. Good shot. That's your arrow. Arrow's still in good shape?
Good.
What kind of bird is that, Tom?
That's a Franklin. We should see quite a few of those. They're a good eating bird.
Sure are pretty. Nice going, Neil.
Great.
Nice shot.
This is a rut hole. This is where the bull has scraped that out and urinated in it. Then he rubbed his neck on it to make him smell good. This is his knee prints. He kneels down here and he rubs his neck in here to perfume himself.
This would be a good place to call him.
Yeah, good area to work when you find these.
He thinks he smells good? Yeah, let's give it a call.
One of the best times to hunt moose is during the rut. Bulls will be moving all day looking for a cow. The rut starts mid-September and continues through mid-October. The peak of the rut for Canadian moose is the first 10 days of October. The peak for Alaskan moose, because they are further north, will be the last week of September. When bulls rut, they paw holes in the ground and urinate in it. They lay their neck in the urine so the cows can smell their scent. Look for these scrapes and rub trees. When he ruts, a bull will remove bark and branches from trees and brush with his massive antlers. When you see this sign, calling can be effective. Make bull grunts and cow calls. Call, then listen carefully for the bull's grunts, the clunk of an antler, snapping twigs, or any sound which will alert you a bull is coming. A birch bark megaphone and voice are effective for calling moose. A tin can with a string attached also makes a good sound. Beware of strange-looking calls made by guides. They probably won't call moose. They'll just powder your nose. John leads the way as they circle to get the wind in their faces before setting up and calling. hard blow to a tree with a rock or large limb simulates the sound of a bull whacking his antlers against a tree. Rutting bulls will do this when they're irritated. Look carefully. You can see the bull in the trees.
Right by me.
Boy, that was a good job calling, John.
He's a big bull.
Oh, he was. Really nice one.
Yeah.
And then Booker. Yeah.
That's exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
He screwed his bus cutter, sent anything.
Yeah.
He was on top of us before I thought he was. Those grunts get softer evidently as he gets closer.
Really? Got any more like that?
Let's go see if we can call him home.
Okay.
You can call Moose in and never get a shot. The wind can change, he can skirt you, or you could miss. Larry and Neil don't always get their grouse either. Important business demands Neil must return to Oregon. He'll have to hunt moose another time. John has flown Neil to the nearest airport and returned. It's just breaking daylight as Larry continues his quest for moose.
That cow should have a bull with her. It's right at the peak of the rut.
Yeah.
I think if we work around where we can call and keep the wind right, we probably might get a bull answer.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try calling.
I'd like to do that.
Good.
I think this rain's gonna quit, don't you?
Yeah, I took my jacket off. It's too noisy.
Yeah.
That was nice, huh?
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that little bull came in there. I wish he could have been a big one. I could have shot him pretty easy.
Yeah, you could have got him.
Yeah, he's cornered away from me a couple times.
He didn't want to leave. He came back, too.
Yeah. You know, just cupping your hand like you told me, and you know, directing that cow call. Man, that was really effective.
Oh, you did good. Yeah, I think you passed the apprentice part of the calling. Now you can call a big one in.
I hope so. Oh boy, I love to watch him come in. You learn a lot just from watching.
Yeah, well, it's more fun to call them than it is to just stalk them.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get a lot more enjoyment out of not shooting one like that
Yeah.
and shooting them. What do you think from this point?
Well, we should go on down this way and see what we can scare up.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
it's more
why don't
fun.
we not scare them off? I gotta compliment you, John. You're a pretty quiet hunter. You know, wearing the wool pants, right kind of clothing and stuff.
It's really important hunting moose. They really hear well.
Yeah, I noticed that in this area, it's so quiet. I mean, if the birds didn't talk and the squirrels didn't chatter, I mean, you'd think he's having problems hearing it. So
Yeah.
for some of the areas I hunt, you hear the planes and you know, the cars and stuff. So I can see where it's really important. You're probably more in tune with it than some hunters that have been around.
Oh, it's really essential. The right clothing, and you know, it's important when you slide by a limb like that to push it out of the way and not let it rub on your clothing. But you know, if you're wearing something like this, you can slide right by that and not make a sound. I noticed this that you're wearing is very quiet. That's nice. I've seen that at some of the sport shows last year.
Yeah, I really like it. Besides being quiet, it's quite warm. It's a lot like wool.
Is it?
Yeah, it wicks to the water, wicks to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And with wearing a little bit of poly underwear, I can sit in this wet moss and, you know, just be warm all day long.
Yeah,
So
that's nice.
really neat.
Did you buy that at one of the shows?
No, I got this out of Portland, a place called Kathy Kelly Design,
Uh-huh.
and I really like it. It's one of my favorite hunting clothes. You know what? When Neil was here, or when we hunt together, some of the things that we do to try to keep the noise down, so we of course don't talk loud, and we make sure that our buckles on our packs don't click and have change in our pockets and those sort of things. And we've even practiced stepping in each other's footprint.
Yeah,
That kind of helps keep the noise level down.
I would.
Yeah. One of the things I found interesting is that in observing you the first couple of days, that you didn't step on these logs. And after a little while, I realized why, because with the moisture in this area, you step on them, they get dry rot inside, they just break up.
Yeah, they're noisy.
Yeah. Back home, we use those to walk on, and the logs sometimes be quiet. So it sure makes a difference, you know, where you're hunting sometimes.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things that are really important to keep quiet when you really think about it.
each area is a little bit different too.
Yeah, that's right. This looks like a good spot to call from here. And we'll be able to see them coming.
Yeah, and I think one would maybe come along this strip of trees here, and maybe if you move over there where you could be in line when they come in. If one
Okay.
comes.
How about right out here by this little tree and bushes? Is that be all right?
That'd be a good place.
Okay. If he comes along that strip, I can shoot there. If he goes further out, I can get a good shot too.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. You gonna call?
Okay, yeah.
Boy, he was only 20 yards from me. I
Isn't that something?
could have got him easy.
Just a baby though.
Yeah. Well, I guess that means you passed your apprentice calling test, huh?
I'll call a big one next time.
Boy, that'd be nice. Oh, boy, that was great. He was doing the little grunts, you know.
Oh yeah, he was.
He sounded like a baby.
That's not what I sounded like, was it?
No.
This is a good area to work on up through here, this marsh area. We should go ahead and move up a ways and call some more probably.
Okay. Yeah, it really looks good here. It's quite a
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah, well,
All right. Call me the big one this time, okay?
Okay.
There are several ways to locate moose. Glassing the edges of lakes, streams, open terrain, and other feeding areas is an excellent method. Floating the lakes and streams in early morning and evening hours is also effective. Calling and listening from ridges as you rove will be productive during the rut. When you call and a bull answers, choose the setup which will help you bag the bull. You should blend into the vegetation but still have open shooting lanes. Most of the time, the bull will come through thicker brush and skirt the openings. Place your partner towards the bull and downwind of your calling location. Moose have a good sense of smell, and if they circle to check for scent, your buddy will have an excellent chance. Moose have good eyesight and superb hearing. Don't move when they're looking towards you. Try to be as quiet as possible at all times. A bull will detect sounds long before you see him, and any unusual sounds will cause him to quickly leave the area.
That was a nice big bull.
Yeah, that was a good one. He was looking back. Maybe he had a cow back there. He didn't want to come in.
Yeah, I see him staring behind him once, and then he's glaring off the other end. Wait,
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but sure, just stood there. Wish he would have came in a little closer.
Yeah, he thought about it, but couldn't get him to turn.
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah.
Start raining here, looks like.
Yeah, it's getting late too.
So you call it a night?
Yeah. Probably here in the morning.
All right, good.
Larry is keeping a tree between him and this bull. He's able to get close because of the noise of rustling leaves and grass. When stalking, always have the wind in your face and move slowly and quietly with brush or trees between you and the moose. If he looks at you, stop moving instantly. And don't move while he is looking in your direction.
Boy, it was a big old bull.
Oh, need a nice one?
Yeah,
2 more years, that would be a full young bull.
they look big enough to me almost. I mean, wide.
Yeah, we'll do better than that though.
Think we can do better?
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, since you told me to pass him up, well, I thought maybe I'd get a photograph.
You really got close to
I
it.
got within about 20 yards.
Yeah.
You know, when he came in, he seemed kind of interested at first, and then he just kind of started feeding me.
Oh, it's getting late in the rut, and they're feeding now and losing some of the excitement. It's going to be harder to call them than it was earlier, you know.
Uh-huh. You still think we might be able to call him in, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well,
A lot of sign in this area.
yeah, well, you know, we set up here yesterday.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. 2 bulls in the same spot. That was neat.
It's a good area.
Yeah. Wow, that was exciting. I hope those photographs turn out, you know.
They should.
That's it. Yeah. I wish I would have had my telephoto, you know. That'd been great.
Yeah.
Gotta be a bull around here somewhere. Look around the corner, there's a bull.
Yeah,
Cow bull.
that's a good bull too.
He's a dandy.
He's right on after her too.
Yeah, go across the water.
Yeah,
I hope they don't get your sand.
they're gonna come too close, I think.
Wind's blowing right down to the water.
Yeah,
See the riffles on the water, it's blowing. The wind's blowing towards it.
we don't dare move either.
There's any way to get him to you, is there?
I'm afraid not. I think the wind's wrong.
It's open down, you can't get close anyway.
Oh, we're kind of stuck here.
Here comes the cows back across.
Oh, they got her wind.
Yeah, hope they don't spook the rest of them.
rifle?
No.
Wow.
That's something. Never seen that.
Wow. That was incredible.
He was gonna show those keys to the boss.
I mean, better just back off out here and come back this evening.
Probably should, yeah.
I'd like to watch this more, but I hate to spook you all.
Yeah, we don't want to mess this up.
Yeah.
Their attempts to call in the big bull that evening and the next day were unsuccessful. A few days later, they spot a bull bedded at the end of a marsh. Since the rut is about over, they quietly discuss stalking the bull.
I think I should just move over here just a bit where I can watch them. And you can just move down and stalk him on your own there. Okay, that'll be better, yeah.
Good shot.
Oh, thanks, yeah. I think I got him right in the heart.
did?
But yeah, I shot a little, I wanted to hit him in the lungs, but I shot a little low.
Yeah, he turned there.
Yeah, I had to wait for that angle. And then as I brought my bow, he see me, so I had to rush my shot a little, so I shot a little bit. I think they'll get him.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm surprised I didn't see him go out of sight.
Oh,
I mean, go down, you know.
well, I think I heard some crashing there. He's probably right there, but
Yeah, I thought I heard him go down.
yeah. They're tough.
Yeah, big animals.
That was a big one.
Oh boy. It's this ground's not only wet, but it's a little bit cold too.
Yeah.
See many bow hunters take off their, many hunters take off their shoes.
No,
Really help
good
them get
idea,
in.
though,
Yeah,
yeah.
very close.
we probably should give him a half hour or so before we
Yeah, I think it's good hunting practice.
probably want to get some boots on there.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Good, with all that blood right there, yeah. More blood, yeah. Along, steady stream. Yeah. It is doing. Yep, he's done for. Woo-hoo!
Boy, that's a damn thing.
Well, I guess that's my first one.
Let me congratulate you on that one.
Thank you, thank you. Man, this is my first moose.
You know, kind of quite a few Canadian moose where you see a better one then.
Oh, really? This is a good one, huh?
That's a good one, yeah.
He looked like a real good one to me when I was crawling in on him. Then he stood up. He looked like a freight train getting up.
Pretty good with that sharp stick.
Yeah, he didn't go far. I'm pretty sure I hit him in the heart. It's this sharp stick has a pretty sharp broadhead on it.
What is that?
Well, it's a 3-blade. It's got the unique thing about this blade is that it has a kind of a cutout in here. It gives it a little more penetration power.
Oh yeah.
It's really a durable head. I broke leg bones on elk with it.
Sure did a number on him.
Yeah. Is there much difference between these Canadian moose and Alaskan moose?
Yeah, the main difference is the width in the antlers. Because the Alaskan moose comes out, it would come out quite a bit more before it turns up. These Canadian moose have the height, they have a good palm, good long points and long eye guards, but they just lack the width.
Oh, I see. So the last one just kind of lay a little flatter. Really.
Yeah, they lay out more and not as tall. And another difference is the body size. This is a bit smaller than Alaskan moose.
Well, he looks plenty big to me.
Yeah, he does. We've got a lot of work to do. We better get him dressed out and we'll have to bring the horses back tomorrow and pack him out.
You can't pack him out tonight?
I don't think so.
Well, let's get my pack then, huh?
Okay.
I'm really tickled.
Oh, he should be.
As your hunt ends, you, like Larry, may have bagged a trophy. Bringing home an animal is a bonus, but it's not as important as the special memories and rewards of hunting. Neil and Larry will always remember how John laughed as Neil stepped from the plane to find the water deeper than expected. He certainly got more than his boots wet. Of course, Larry will never forget how John tricked him into blowing on what he thought was a moose call. Having fun and enjoying God's creation is a big part of hunting. You can enjoy a hunt by getting up early to hear the birds and the other animals start their day. By watching a sunrise that's impossible to describe. Impossible because each has its own setting and colors. You, like many sportsmen, enjoy hunting because there are many additional benefits. Benefits like seeing and hearing Canadian geese sound off as they feed, or seeing a beaver or loon as you head down the lake, or as you still hunt for moose on the water's edge. Photographs and your trophy hanging on the wall are reminders of these wonderful experiences. There's more to this quest than shooting a moose. That's why, when you think Larry's quest for moose is over, it's really just begun. Hey, wait a minute. You're going to miss some exciting previews if you touch that button. Please hang in there a few seconds.